be picked and then forgotten, abandoned on a lane, and then they just can't do anything.
And it's not that type of laner. That's why Gabby's playing it. This is why they realize, okay, we're investing in our carry here. This is how you make Bristle work. I think my argument was based around, like, it feels like right now when you look at the out lanes, level 1 and 2 is important to making the lane work, right? Whereas when you're talking about midders, level 3 is the power spike in that one-on-one. And if you're talking about people who get power spikes, Bristle feels pretty underwhelming until he has that 2 points in the bristles.
Yep.
In the quill spray.
That definitely is true. But usually if you're a bristleback, you have to be very careful about how you use quill spray and when you start using it, right? But when you're playing versus Kotl, you don't, because you have that mana all the time. So you can spam it out. And look at KP. This is what we were talking about. Yeah, this is what we were talking about. They're pinging it out. He's so happy about what he has done.
Yol right now is like, guys, can we like play between the tier 1 and tier 2? Because they won't deforest there.
Yeah, look at Yol. This is one sad tree right now. They pretty much murdered his brothers.
You can just hear them screaming. We can't hear the screams of trees, but he can. And he's pinging out. We've seen Cottles die very fast. It's not really a hero renowned for being tanky. The problem is there's just too many TNC heroes here to make a move.
It's 3 of them. It's also 3 of Wind and Rain's heroes around.
It is indeed, because look at top as well. Both of the off laners are moving towards their runes now, but no one's going to take a clear advantage in the top. So, one apiece.
Yeah, Boogie is actually going
one
to be
apiece top.
Boogie will be playing that safe lane Night Stalker. Right now, it looks like he will be left all alone.
This favors the Beastmaster though, right? Like, your attack speed is too slow if you're the Night Stalker.
I mean, especially during the day, right? Like, maybe later on in the game, Night Stalker gets some advantage, but early on, Beastmaster definitely wins 1v1.
And the scary part is, even as you get to the nighttime, actually, he's going to have enough attack speed to match up. Bot lane, March.
One more hit.
One hit.
Salve is
Salve, though. Nikwa doesn't have the Thunder Strike.
Yeah, he wanted to break the salve at least, but didn't manage to. And we'll have a try-on-try action here on the bottom lane.
And meanwhile, the mid lane, Armel actually doing okay on the first wave. Definitely taking a lot of harassment for it, though.
A bit later, it becomes more difficult, I think, as you don't even have refraction to work with early on, so it doesn't even matter that he's hitting you with the spears.
In fact, Wish is... Look at the amount of damage he's tanking here, because he took the whole wave. He's a ranged hero after all, despite the deception of being strength.
Yeah, he will farm under the tower, though, so overall, he should get some CS there.
And he'll win easily, Liz. Look at his item build. We know how this works.
3 bracers, armlet, of course he is. Bottom lane is probably the most interesting lane that in this game at least, as we'll have a tri-lane on tri-lane. Teams pulling, meanwhile March just protecting Gabby from any aggression. Once March gets that level 2, this lane is pretty much impossible to take down. You can't kill Bristleback because of that blinding light.
But they can kill you, they can push you back, and once Gabby gets level 3, I wouldn't be surprised if TNC starts killing Wind and Rain.
We'll see. Wind and Rain, they get some power spike on level 2, right? You'll have Leech Seed, you'll have Glimpse perhaps, or maybe Kinetic Field. It's not like they're useless too on this lane.
No, it's definitely not.
Mid lane Wish took so much damage.
Yeah, he gets on the tower. He has got the South though. He's just trying to pressure Armel, make sure TA doesn't have an easy time.
Actually finds a region too.
Him on the top lane. KP has a slight lead, but Boogie's doing not too bad on the CS. 8-0 compared to the 11-2.
On the bottom lane, Gabby getting pretty low here, but it is a Bristleback. And he's spamming you with quill sprays, so you should chill.
It's definitely. Although you do have your sticks. It's one of those awkward scenarios where if they don't run the tri-lane, well, it's still a Bristleback, so we get plenty of stick charges. And you can already see Tim's. He did pull on the mid lane to stack for Armel, and now he's just slowly making his way up to top.
Yeah, he definitely didn't find any experience on the bottom lane.
Extremely underleveled.
Extremely underleveled, only level 1 as a Phoenix. It's not really where you want to be. The thing about Phoenix is, if you're playing him as a support, you need to get as much experience as soon as possible. That's where his strength lies. Once you hit that level 6, and not even 6, but 12. 12 is your power spike on Phoenix pretty much. You need that level 2 egg. Before that, you're good, but not perfect.
Tim's has proven that he can turn himself into a 4th core, though. We saw that last game from him. So it wouldn't be surprising if eventually they just make space for him to actually recover and get a crap ton of XP.
And that's what they needed, right? They needed the level 2 on Kotl so that he can protect Bristleback, and instantly after that, Phoenix rotates towards top to pressure the Night Stalker. And maybe because of this pressure on top lane, now Wind and Rain are going to be forced to send someone there too.
I just love this. Yol has one tree to play with here. It's like they left it on purpose. It's like, you can stay here.
Where we know that you'll be, you can stand and chill there.
It's like, look at his sentry as well. It's like, well, this is great, Yol, but
Maybe he's going to be the one that rotates top just because he's out of trees, and he does.
to the lane with the guy who can cut all his trees, and already has started doing it too.
I don't know. He won't meet any better scenario on the top lane. At
One of
least
those-
not when it comes to trees.
It feels like one of those depressing games where you totally forget that this is a thing, and you pick the tree and you go, oh. It's kind of like when you watch someone pick an invis hero and then your opponents pick like Slaughter or a Bounty Hunter. It's like, whoops. All in all though, Neferet, top of the CS chart, he's having the time of his life. He's like, this is great, all these trees are gone, no one can try and sneak up on me or gank me.
Nefret is doing well. Gabby on the bristleback, not as much. 10 CS behind, but
He's in the game.
Yeah, he hasn't been shut down completely. And I think that's really important for him, because eventually he becomes this beast on the bristleback that you just cannot kill. As long as he's not suffering early on.
Yes, it's a hero that feels weak in the first few levels, so you don't expect him to take a lead, especially when you've got one of the more powerful nukers in the game at level 1, which is the Disruptor. Rune's coming up in 5 seconds. Wind and Rain positioning for the bot ones, and you can already see TNC in position for the top.
Yol, he might be in problems on the top lane.
No trees. And KP, he could deforest here. It's hard throwing axes. You know, he's an Australian. He mastered the way to make it come back to him. And sadly, you have to do that at an angle. And the South gets cancelled as well.
I don't know
He's
if
dead.
he even lives here.
First blood, Boogie gets it. Just in time for Knight as well. Tims, he's trying to punish this. We'll find Yol. Leech Seed. Nope. Tims.
Maybe he can...
No, he can't. There's no mana.
I mean, yeah. I thought maybe Phoenix, but he's only level 2. So he couldn't really do a whole lot there. And meanwhile, Bloodseeker going crazy on that bottom lane, senses blood, and just attacks the Bristleback. That's why he's this low, but then again, you can't really take down Bristleback. 900 HP already.
He's got his braces. He's got more braces on the way. Speaking of braces, let's check in with the mid lane, where Wish has already got 3 online, and Armel has become a jungler.
He's been in the jungle. He's been calling jungle his home for the last 2 minutes, I believe. Wish got that 4-minute rune double damage.
But
Tia couldn't do anything.
Bristle, the Quills, the Blood Rage is actually healing him up because of that. That just saved his life.
Boogie is still on pursuit.
Boogie, back up. Gabby, there's the Blood Rage, gets him low again. One Quill will kill him. Blind Light gets him away. In the meantime, Disruptor does go down a
Void.
much. And there we go, the Void gets Gabby.
Later on, this Night Stalker is going to pose a problem versus Bristle too, because of his Crippling Fear, right? Because of Crippling Fear, and when you fly over that Bristle, he won't be able to spam out the...
And when do you ever hear
That's
Bristle
great.
say, I'm building BKB?
Not really very often. However, TNC, they've been playing this Night Stalker, right? So they must know what works well
Inside
against
out.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should know what works. And I believe this hero that you usually think is countered by Night Stalker might actually be pretty good versus him. And I'm talking about March, who's going to help out Bristleback right now.
Exactly. Because Gabby is getting extremely low. Boogie has an Arcane Rune, so he's still playing around with him, but respect the Quills. They did actually move Phoenix to the mid lane to try and get some XP. They thought maybe he's immune to the Burning Spears. Turns out it's not the case. But
He isn't immune, but at the same time, he's the one that can actually stand on this lane. If Huskar uses that life break on him, he can always dive away, so...
maybe even
that
drag
helps.
him deeper, make an egg
even,
play.
yeah. However, what do you think? Maybe this Kotl is truly the hero versus Night Stalker, because you can use Blinding Light to push him away from your teammates that are being crippling feared.
I think he, like, funnily enough, because of Blind Light, I think he's going to be the one to set up so many kills this game. Because it's not just about getting the crippling fear away
Top
from
lane,
you.
Roar,
It's about
Boogie.
giving Bristle the time to get Quill stacked up. KP uses the Primal Roar, moves away, and Nikwa, he can't get the glimpse off. It's only level 1. Bloodright, though, KP can't afford to take that damage. And as a result, will still die as they chase him down and finish him off. Nifrit will get the hit.
At the same time, in their jungle, they're chasing
Yol.
down Yol. He dies.
Just trying to interrupt those stacks. Wish was coming in as well, but you're going in the high ground, so they have to back off. And this is just all distraction away from Gabby. Look at the real winner in this game. He's finding even more farm.
2 bracers, no boots. Doesn't really need boots going into the hood afterwards. It seems
You're a fortress, okay? The solitude. No one can touch you.
a walking tower, pretty much.
It's a good Medusa, that's what it is. Because it'll do something in the next 10 minutes. KP just This is the easiest game for him. If he wants to be relevant, all he has to do is cut trees.
Cut trees, farm the Vlads, activate the TA, and just wait. By the way, Armel, again, going for that Blink Dagger early on. He wants to be very active with this TA. And considering he has a Bristleback on his side, right? You can't just be passive in this match as a TA. So going for that Blink Dagger is dangerous, but I believe is definitely justified.
Definitely something we'll say about TNC, and you have to respect this point. They understand their timings really well. And one of the biggest game changers at the moment are cores that are able to sync up their itemization so that they get power spikes in conjunction with each other.
Some stacks taken by Gabby. Nikwa is there to mess with him in that Radiant jungle. At least steal some experience.
He's just a poor little orphan kid. Please, sir. Just a little bit of XP. Rupture. Old man March does TP out in time.
What's the counter to Bloodseeker?
Is it not 4 staff? I can't. TPs. That'll be the one.
Bravo. Good job.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Armel on the top in the meantime. Just wasting their time. And this is nighttime, but Boogie isn't able to make any more plays. Not bad, though. 2-0-1 at the 10-minute mark.
What's good about Armel and his Blink Dagger is should come around this 10-minute mark when nighttime ends, and then perhaps you can hunt down the Stalker.
The question is, are you able to deal that aggression with Wind and Rain? Because Wish isn't near the armlet just yet, and Disruptor is only level 4. So it's not like he's going to have the Static Storm to punish your over-aggression.
With 1 tome, though. It's 4 and, almost 5, so 1 tome should get him there.
This camp should get him there.
It's pretty much on both sides. You have Phoenix getting that 6 even without the tome. And
March as well. He'll be able to eat a tome to get up to 6. So then you're looking at Trin, who is level 4 as well.
I think you can pretty much take a good fight if you are TNC once your supports are 6. Top lane Armel already wants to fight, though.
Dark Ascension. Armel will turn on them. Yol down to half HP already. Trying to get the side blades through. Reinforcements are coming. KP, Primal Roar out. Boogie, that's his Dark Ascension, and he dies in it. And Yol will escape, but the damage is done there.
That's very, very unfortunate for Boogie as he dies while using that nighttime for the first time after minute 10.
And now Armel has a Blink Dagger as well.
Yep.
That was the gold he needed.
Perfect. He was on 2,000 gold. Gets just enough. They also defend mid. They defended from this Huskar that was attacking. So these 2 supports covering each other's asses just defend the tier 1 on the mid lane.
They work together. They're like, look, if we pool resources, we can become the 4th core together. All right?
I mean, when you're playing versus a Huskar that's this fat, you have to stay together. Or else he's going to feast on you.
A little bit of communist laning. I mean, you say he's fat, but look at this, actually. Armel surpassed him. 1,000 gold ahead. You're going to have to start making plays with this Huskar soon. Plays might happen bot, though. Tim's. He's TP down here.
They saw his port, though.
No, they can't hit the blood right. That should be obvious to Tim's that someone has vision on him, and he doesn't see a Treant right now.
They could get him, though. Nikwa is... Okay.
KP, has he ever extended here? It looks like it. The Void. He could just go for... Okay, he doesn't even need a TP. They ping him out now, but he's going to bang his drums.
Is anyone going to TP, perhaps? Nope. He can just run down mid again. They do lose the tier 1 on the bottom lane, but it's really good that KP survives there. No one wanted to use his port to go and help them. I believe Disruptor could have done it.
He'll bang his drums, and Huskar will come towards the mid lane where he's already beginning the push and putting the pressure on that tier 1. KP is having actually quite a large impact so far in this game.
I think what we should look out for is the combination of Phoenix, Kotl, TA, right? You have the egg into Will-O-Wisp, into Armel blinking in and dishing out the necessary damage. This team fight on both sides is quite significant. Yeah, like on one side you have what we already mentioned, on the other you have Treant, you have Disruptor, you have Bloodright, Like there's potential on both sides to see some really major team fights happening in this game.
Rupture. A team fight, but a fight nonetheless. Tims will go for the Uber counter to the Nephrit.
This is so sad. Like you use Rupture, someone just TPs away. It's like
why even skill it?
It's the worst feeling when you're a position 1 Bloodseeker, I swear. You need some follow-up.
When you're any hero who has no stun, right? You're like, got him. Nope, he's just TPing.
Yeah. So
but you feel like a god when it's 3 heroes on top of you, right? You're like, all right, I'm just going to TP out right now.
Next time he does that, he should make sure that Treant is a bit closer, that Yol with his tree is there to follow up, or at least Disruptor with Glimpse, right? And Yol is doing a good job keeping tabs on TNC. You can see that he's very deep inside their base.
Nephrit, however. Well, he's doing a good job keeping vision on him, but he didn't have vision on the bot lane. They did actually drop the Ignis there. A little bit overkill, but better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, March was thinking that they won't kill him on time, so because of that, he drops Will-O-Wisp. I think it's really good that Teams is getting these kills as well. If you click on Phoenix, you can see that he's getting really close to Vessel, and that Vessel is a major game changer in this match because you use it versus Bloodseeker, you use it versus Huskar. It just changes the way they have to play, and you see Wish already queuing up that BKB. Life Break isn't enough of a Dispel versus Vessel.
That's the really key thing here, right? Because now you won't be able to use a life break to initiate. You have to use it to purge. So who's your initiation for your Wind of Rain? Yol has to be godly placed. That's hard against the Beastmaster. Or Night Stalker has to be going deep himself.
Dire's bottom tower
Boogie is literally key to Wind of Rain winning this game right now. And KP,
Do you really want to do this versus a tree?
apparently he does. He forgot you need to chop these down. That's kind of the double-edged sword, right? You want to use them to protect yourself. But the Primal Roar coming out. There's the Overgrowth as well. Now they've got the Void, so he can't TP out.
Yeah, but look at that. 4 heroes are forced to go top lane just to get that kill on KP. And this Dark Ascension hasn't been wasted. Not only do they get the kill, but it should pour into the next night, into the 15-minute mark, right? So this is always the best timing, pretty much, to use that Dark Ascension.
under attack.
Especially if you can get a kill with it as well.
Well, they're moving towards the mid lane as the night time is about to break. And come in, life break forward. Gabby doesn't care. Rupture, Sunray. It's a Bristle. What do you want from me? Bloodright will sidestep.
Okay,
Disarm,
are damaging.
get him low. He's confident about this. They're going to jump in. The Egg's going to go down. Static Storm used. We'll be able to get the kill. They give over the Egg as well. They jump the gun and TNC get punished for it. KP chased on 2 net.
the Knight.
Already used the Primal Roar. It is indeed nighttime, which means it's fight time as Boogie gives them vision for another kill, and they can take the tier 1 tower as well.
Yeah, Nikwa was also chasing on the right side, trying to get some more, maybe Kotl, maybe TA, but no glimpse, and Static Storm didn't connect. That's the problem. With that Phoenix, you're level 9 only. You need 12 to use your egg that aggressively. And also, they had 0 stuns there. We talked about March and his Will-O-Wisp that enabled them to kill that Bloodseeker, or was an overkill.
He didn't even use it.
He didn't have it in that last fight. And because of that, that egg just dies so fast.
And now he'll put down his Ignis. They try to jump in. Egg is still in the hands of Wish, and Armel now committed in a way he doesn't want to be. Bloodright as well. Looks like for his efforts, he will get the Aegis, but he will die. They do take out Boogie, and they get rid of the Trine as well. Nefrit chasing him with a Rupture finds Tims. March needs to retreat. Buyback comes out from Trine in the meantime. Nefrit will stay alive, but Gabby standing his ground again. Wish, well, he's actually trying to turn his opponent into a giant candle that he can blow out, but it won't work.
Yol bought back for some reason as well. Maybe jumped the gun a little bit there, but overall, I think TNC, it could have went much worse for them, considering they jumped in and they didn't snatch that Aegis, but they do get a couple of kills and they get the Aegis off of Wish, right? So
And that's
overall,
critical, right? Because you're a Huskar. That Aegis is so crucial to your success. I think we saw it from Wind and Rain yesterday, where it was similar to the previous game. They kept getting these Aegises and then losing them straight away. So, who has the advantage now that you're in this Aegisless scenario? Do you like TNC for the next 2-3 minutes?
I think it's going to be really important for TNC to set up their fights properly with all the spells, to not like use Will-O-Wisp on one side of the map, then 30 seconds later egg on the other. If you do manage to use all your spells together in one big team fight, you definitely have an advantage, because even BKBs won't save in the rain, as you have BKB piercing abilities. You have that roar from the Beastmaster.
And of course the Egg, which you've almost got level 2 on Tim's now. Up to 11. That also means he has his GPM talent online, and he has the Spirit Vessel to work with, so they can get active even in the nighttime. It is a little bit more risky though.
BKB on Nefrit, he's hunting together with the Night Stalker, together with Rian.
He understands his timings well. That's what I like to see. And KP just deforesting a little. Man, this man, he should open up his own lumberjack company.
So far, he has cut down quite a lot of trees.
And I think the other thing, like, we're starting to see it a little bit more now, is you always have to remember that Huskar has that disarm against the TA, right? And that small window can cost Armel very dearly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As Wind and Rain, they'll stack up, take the tier 2 bot. That way you're prepped for the next Roche. You don't have to come down here anytime soon. But look at the early smoke. They're already moving out.
It's still nighttime for 2 minutes. Why not? Go fight.
And you have a Treants. The tier 1 tower is not dying quick enough. TNC.
Radiant's bottom tower.
TP coming in now. They will get the tower. There's the Dark Ascension. Boogie chasing it as quickly as possible. The Primal Roar comes out. Lifebreak across, looking for it. Ignis Fire is going to get dropped down. They'll kill off the Night Stalker straight away. The TP out successful by Beastmaster. And now Nefra with the Rupture. Holding TA in place. Armelt will fall. And Wish doesn't care about the Ignis anymore. Dive in. Tims goes for the egg. Puts the Spirit Vessel out. The egg. No, the Blinding Light. Trying to keep it alive. The Purge. No, they're going to get the egg. Wish fights up against this. The Blood Right goes down, and so does the Bristle with it. Wish still going. Will kill off March. They are not respecting the Huskar.
It's the same problem, right? The second fight in a row, they do the same mistake. They fight without everyone being there on time. But it's because Wind and Rain caught them off guard. Wind and Rain, they smoked up, they rotate towards mid tier 1, and they defended so well with that Disruptor, using the glimpse, setting up everything properly. Ignis Fatuus, Will-O-Wisp really didn't matter in that engagement because there was no follow-up. There was no egg on top of it. Even you have those two balls, one Disco Ball, one Sun, like when they're together, combined, they dish out a lot of damage and a lot of control, but so far Kotl and Phoenix haven't played together. TNC, they're an amazing team. They played incredibly well in the last few days, but they're struggling at the moment in this match.
No, you're right. It just feels like TNC are always one ball short of a pair, right? It comes later, but by then it's too late. Yeah, use your balls together and you can take these fights. It's a fair assessment, right? You see it as, it almost feels like TNC are just being forced into these reactionary moves. You can see this smoke, they want to actually be proactive, and this is what we need to see. It's KP moving out with him. It's mainly just a warding run at the moment, though.
They don't really have these big ultimates, they don't have the egg, but you do have Vessel completed, and you have Roar, Medallion. You can pretty much burst down a target if you find someone, but you need to find them alone.
He has found March, but the old man's too quick. So things will calm down as daytime sets in. This might be the opportunity that TNC have. Seems Boogie, he will have the Dark Ascension again, but he's not just running around all willy-nilly. I'm concerned about this double core from Wind and Rain at the top, though. Yes, TNC have the 3 next spots, but these, I mean, this is prime time. If you're 11k net worth on these two heroes at 20-minute mark, you feel invincible almost.
Yeah, they're definitely doing really well. We will see an Aghanim soon from Night Stalker too, as he's 1,000 gold away.
And then he'll join his comrades at the top of the net worth chart.
Aghanims, it's not only about the team fight potential that it brings, it's about the farming capabilities that it allows you to have. You basically just farm so fast. However, he is a position 3 in this game, so he shouldn't be given too much space to get much more after Aghanims. We'll see though.
No. And in the position of 3, yo, unlikely we see the Meteor Hammer coming out anytime soon, but do you still think if you're a 5 and you get a little bit of gold together, it's worth doing?
It's hard to say. If your team is winning, then you can kind of get it, I guess, but I'd much rather see some saves coming from him.
Like a Glimmer Cape, maybe?
Glimmer, Force as well, something similar would be good.
They do have one of those as well in Nikwa, so it's not too bad for them right now. Nefra is hunting. And KP, no blink for 6 seconds. He's going to walk straight into him. Can't get the Rupture just yet, and there it is. We'll go for the TP out, the ultimate counter, but the glimpse is there. And KP is soon to not be.
Yeah, that Force Staff from Nikwa actually coming into play there, as he was too far, but with the Force he gets in range to use the Glimpse. Glimpse is the Beastmaster and the TP has been averted.
It's one of those games where Nikwa's like, build Basher. Nefret says no. He's like, fine, I'll just get the Force Staff. It is like one of the best items in the game.
And now they go for the tier 1. Also a good thing that Wind and Rain have got going for them is obviously Yol and his living armor. That tier 2 on top lane was on 1% HP. Right now it's healed up to 500 already.
He'll keep it going. Soon it'll make a full recovery. However, the tier 2 for TNC, not so much. As they are
the BKBs. For TNC, it's so important right now to get BKBs on anyone that can buy them. You can see the Templar Assassin is going for one.
Even Tims.
Even Tims, the Phoenix is going for a BKB because you don't have a Force and it's not really reliable versus Night Stalker anymore. So getting that BKB just to be safe versus Crippling Fear is super important.
Absolutely, because the thing is, if you build 4 stars, you're against a Bloodseeker as well. So you're actually just helping his combo if you're ruptured up. Not ideal for them. Roche might come up in a minute's time, and this is the time where if they get their hands on this Aegis and they don't expend it straight away, it's likely you see Wind and Rain on TNC's high ground. He does to get the Overgrowth out on Armel. Primal Roar out. They'll just leave it at that. Or will they?
Versus some other hero, perhaps you would drop the Static Storm, but considering it's a TA and she has a blink, maybe it's not the best option, right?
No. It's like, it's nice you get the primal out of the way. Like, overgrowth is powerful as well. It just feels like it's harder to find a good overgrowth than it is to find a good primal roar, right? It's kind of the easy execution. One's targeted, one requires amazing position from a POS 5 Trin.
And he was gonna die.
Yeah, he knew he was going to go
If
in.
he didn't use that, he dies there, so... Uses overgrowth, takes some more time off of them.
Now we're just looking to see what is Bristle up to next, because he did have the so he's committed to the halberd first before going for the BKB.
Yeah, so he's buying a BKB as well, which is a little bit problematic when you're playing a bristleback. You really hate that item. Sometimes it's really necessary, but you'd much rather do without it, right? You'd much rather buy something else, tank up a bit more.
Yeah.
They're severely lacking damage too. Like so far, TA has been the only one that really dishes out the damage. The rest of them are just kind of there.
They have a gradual minus armor lineup, so it's not actually that terrible in the end against the Huskar. And the thing that you got to look at here is he's at least going for the halberd first. The problem is this Huskar almost has an axe complete. In fact, he's just 200 gold out. And that is a little bit worrying. How's Armel looking? BKB complete. He's going for the Orchid next. It's a nice way to burst down a few of these heroes, but there is the BKB concern, right?
Yeah, that Orchid plus the Bloodthorn afterwards definitely can help out.
Especially against Boogie, who has no intentions of getting a BKB.
But man, there's also an Aghanims, full Aghanims completed on Huskar. He just needs the courier to send it to him.
They might connect before it gets here. TNC are moving out.
I don't
Rune's
know.
up in 10 seconds.
Like TNC, they're in a good spot when it comes to net worth. You can see that they're actually in the lead. Not a huge lead, but there is a net worth lead on their side. However, it does feel like Wind and Rain are in control, and they're the ones to beat.
Most definitely the case. And with Roche up in 40 seconds, Wind and Rain, they have that window to pick up the next big items and get ready to fight. The pressure is now on TNC to try and find a pick-off before that's the case, because you are a little bit scared of them in the pit. Wish moving in. Will be slowed down. There's no way you assault this Huskar right now, though. Here we go.
He's just going in on the
He's
shrine.
like, let me touch one of you. It's a touch of death.
He's just bullying them so hard.
There it is. Jumps in, the blink
Oh!
away, chasing on the KP. Gonna push him back for the moment. Now the Rupture's gonna come out. Spirit Vessel well, Overgrowth, jump across into the Blood Rite. Control is good. Phoenix down for 48 seconds, and now Armel with the BKB. Fight up against Nephra. The Ignis is good. Now needs to move away. BKB, Nephra will be able to run it off, and still fighting in the back line. Wish with the BKB, can't find much. Silently gets the vision. The Glimmer Cape won't protect him. Buyback comes out from Disruptor. Triad, barely alive. One hit needed. We'll be able to find it. In the meantime, TA is dead. Primal Roar comes out. KP trying to fight up. The Sunray around. Wish jumping across. He will finally go down. He hits the deck, but now it's the Boogie show. Gabby,
There's the
will
egg.
try to fight up. The egg will go down. They will at least get the kill on the Bristle. They can't kill off the egg in time because it's made a daytime. No,
got it.
Nephra, he comes in. They're all low enough. He has the attack speed. TNC get wiped, and Wind and Rain can do whatever they want.
Man, Wind and Rain, after that first game, definitely improving their team fighting. Like, they... Huskar, did you see that? He goes in with the life break, but they kite him so far out. Beastmaster, he blinks behind the tier 2 even. But Huskar doesn't care. He's a beast. He stands, he fights on. He's fighting under Ignis Fatuus too, under Will-O-Wisp, because he does have that BKB to work with. I think one of the biggest mistakes from TNC in that teamfight is teams dying instantly without using the attack. He could have used it, but he was afraid that the egg is just gonna die instantly. In the end, he buybacks, he comes back into the fight, but his egg simply does nothing. They need to combo their spells. They need to use Will-O-Wisp and the egg at the same time. Because at that point, perhaps you'll have a roar to go through those BKBs too.
And it's the stagger delay, and it literally shows you the way that Wind and Rain's draft completely transitions, right? We kept talking about the Huskar and how he is so threatening, but you've reached a point now. Look at the Bloodseeker's net worth. It doesn't matter if you kill Huskar. Huskar is dead, long live the carry. And as a result, that carry is now going to take down your shrine. Roche is now up, and while Huskar might die again, if he does, this time he'll probably have a second life to work with, and you don't have your combos as TNC.
Yeah, you have that butterfly completed on the Bloodseeker. Now you don't even have ways of killing him. There's some AoE damage, there's Phoenix obviously, but once he pops his BKB, you're not taking Bloodseeker down. They go into the pit.
Now the Rupture's going to come out. Gabby will just stand there. He likes doing this a lot. We'll move away. Wish wants to fight. He is up in the high ground, but you do have that second life to work with. Blood Right to zone them away. The
Look at
Prowler could
Wish.
be annoying.
He's just doing the same thing like before.
Yeah.
Move uphill on his own.
It's like we've done this before. Are we doing a repeat of the last fight, Liz? We might be.
There's
Glimpse.
Glimpse.
Armel. Has got the means to escape. The jump in. Oh, the Dark Ascension jumps straight in. Silences them all up. The Blood Right follow up. They push them back. The Phoenix is dead for 50 seconds. He can't bite back. The Ignis does go down, but it's a runaway one right now. And BKB on Nephra allows him to run them down. KP buys back. Boogie will back off for a moment. Void slows them all down, but he doesn't see an opportunity. Armel just being juggled around, doesn't want to use that BKB.
Yeah, they just forced a buyback on Beastmaster for what? He can't really do anything with it. The only benefit of it is trying to defend this high ground, right?
And what did you get out of them? Nothing.
Nothing. You didn't even take the Aegis from the Huskar.
All the cheese.
And the way they initiate, it's so easy. It's not like they're doing some master plans, right? It's not like some smoke, creep up behind them, attack them from the sides. No, they just run at them. And the difficulty that TNC is facing right now is Glimpse, right? You have Aetherland's Force Disruptor. It's so easy for Nikwa to find a target.
He's already looking for more. Only two people feel confident on the base. Gabby and then Armel. Mainly because Armel has a BKB. He's not worried about the Glimpse. And Gabby, well, if you can't be tanky, what can you be as a Bristleback?
Yeah, he's definitely...
Dire's top tower.
If anything, at this rate, you might be baseless because look who's back at it. Wind and Rain on the high ground once more.
He doesn't feel too tanky, does he? He needs to get a lot of these...
Jump in. Boogie interrupts the Sunray again. How do you deal with Wish?
You need to take him down somehow without using too many spells, so that the Aegis is lost, and then after that you kind of, I don't know, you somehow try to take a fight. They're in a really difficult spot right now, but they were in a really difficult spot that last game too, and they made a comeback. We'll see if
most
they
definitely true. It feels like it's the type of lineup you have to curb the aggression of, right? Like Huskar does admittedly start to drop off at a point, but how long will that take, Liz?
Well, first and foremost, you need to concentrate on yourself and what items you need. And if you are TNC, I believe it's the MKB on TA. That's their next big item that's definitely necessary. Without that MKB, it's not even about the Huskar. You said it yourself. The carry is dead. Long live the carry. It's the Bloodseeker. He hits just as hard. And he's on top of the net recharge at the moment.
For good reason. Meanwhile, Wish is enjoying his Ags. He's taking tours of the map, as you do. And he's going for the AC next, which is just going to make it even harder to kill the Bloodseeker or him. And speaking of the Bloodseeker, it is Satanic next on the hit list. At which point, do you have the stuns to kill him? Maybe if you get late to Melt Bash on Armel?
Even if you do, there's so much status resistance, right? SMY on Bloodseeker, Satanic next.
The classic troll meta, adapted for the Bloodseeker one. They're waiting near the base. They realize that TNC, there's only so long that they can stay in their base. You can already see the moves coming out from KP and Tims just to actually split the map, try and alleviate pressure, and more importantly, don't stack up to farm the same spot.
Look at KP. He's trying to split push on the bottom lane, but Yol is in...
Oh, no. He didn't want to go for the Evergrove.
Yeah, that was really good from him, though. Like, he realizes that he's in danger. He just uses just one spell. He uses the Wild Axes and goes back.
And the problem was that they had long TBs, so it's not like they could have got Boogie there in time.
It's about Nikwa, right? He's pretty much the most important one. If he's in range for that glimpse, you can't escape unless you have BKB.
Most definitely. Now smoke coming out. Wind and Rain want to keep up this aggression. See if they can actually do anything with it. They still have that Aegis, and they still have a minute left. They're going to have to do something soon if they want to actually maximize its use, though. And TNC have managed to re-secure control of their high ground near the Roche pit, so it won't be an easy climb in by Wind and Rain unless they find the back door open. Boogie moving in. Dark Ascension activated. Doesn't know what he's going to be looking for at the moment, but he will see it now with the glimpse back. Gives the vision on to Gabby. The big target. Life break in. Wish getting pretty low, but not low enough. The disarm's going to come out. Now the blind light to try and protect his life, but it's too late. The overgrowth, everything thrown at him. He's going to start to heal up. Brings down the tree, but not enough. Bristle dead, and so is the Keeper of Light with him.
He does have buyback, but Kotal does not. And because of that, they might just go high ground right now. Melee Rax is on the mid lane. They're the ones...
Nah, that's not enough gold. Armel was trying to get the gold from the tower to maybe give buyback to the Cole.
160 more remaining for him.
And no runes anytime soon.
Yeah, he can't get that gold.
Oh, there's
However,
the Aegis.
Aegis, yeah, has been reclaimed. That might force them back, and it seems like it will. Even though they're 4 versus 3, you don't want to risk the buyback, and suddenly they turn the game somehow. They are getting their items, though, on the side of TNC. You can see that there's a BKB on Phoenix. That MKB that we talked about on TA has also been completed. That's a big one. Bristleback definitely needs his BKB. Like, if you're a Bristleback, you shouldn't be the one that just dies instantly.
Yeah, this life break, the burns, all of it are just destroying him. And it's great you got this disarm, but there's a disarm in return as well. Maybe even the Cottle was the one to look to next. Get another 4-star in there that can make all the difference. And this is another big item. KP going for the Lotus Orb. Obviously doesn't work that well against a Night Stalker anymore, but can screw up some life breaks, ruin some glimpses.
Some ruptures, perhaps.
Definitely. That's the big one right now, in fact.
If you manage to do it. It's pretty much, it prevents Bloodseeker from using that Blood Rage. More than anything else. It can work super well versus Life Break too, because you can't stop it. Once he starts with that Life Break, you can then pop the Lotus and...
Yeah, because it's on contact, and there's no way that he can stop but commit. But it is a minute and a half minimum until the next Roche. And you know Wind and Rain. That is the win condition right now. TNC, as you said, the items are coming online. I don't think you can let him get this one for free, Liz. This is a game-ending type of Vegas.
Definitely, and one good thing for TNC is the fact that they fight really well around Roche. You have Phoenix, you have Kotl. These guys are amazing around Roche. Plus, you will have a lot of vision from Hawks.
That's been a big highlight of what Wind and Rain have been doing this game. They've been forcing fights away from the pit, so you're not always able to get the maximum value out of that Egg Ignis combo.
They've been forcing fights everywhere, actually.
This is true.
They've just been forcing fights, and it worked out for them. They have this lineup with the Huskar that allows them to do that.
Yol is bot, maybe forcing a fight. Not enough damage to Courier.
Oh, they're coming, though.
They are indeed. Disarm's going to go out. Ignis is going to be there as well. Overgrowth follow-up. They already bound through one. Buyback comes out with Treat. BKB, but Huskar, he's stunned up for so long, trying to fight up against it. It's going to eat the cheese in time. Needs to jump away with the life break. Get out of range of the egg. It does go pop, but it doesn't stun him up. Now they need to retreat. Nephra on the back line. Finds March. Will bring him down first. Chase through, looking for more. Armel, drag back with the glimpse. He'll look for the TP out, but he won't get it. They hit him up with the Void, and they will kill off the Templar Assassin. Another good fight. You do have buyback on the TA, though.
That's an amazing fight by Wind and Rain, and it just shows how strong they are, because even though TNC, they set up everything properly, it was their plan, and it's the first time that they utilized everything that they had in a single team fight. The Roar, the Will-O-Wisp, and the Egg were used, but it didn't matter. Also, they put Gabby there to bait, and he baited well. And it was only 2 members of Wind and Rain fighting them initially, but it still didn't matter because the Huskar was too strong. I believe he had Cheese there at T8, right?
Yeah, he got it off just in time.
Exactly, and then he just turns with a BKB, and if you're TNC, you have to run. 3 of them do survive, but TA does die.
And credit to Yol. All right, he tried for that Courier. It looked like a slip-up, but they turn it around as a team so quickly. And Wind and Rain, they're back in that base. 40 seconds out of the T. If you force the buyback, you're happy with that, and you're back off, but...
I mean, you don't even have to. Once you force the buyback, do you really run? They have pretty much no ultimates but Roar. Let's see. Probably you go back, though.
Well, I'll back off a little bit. They respect Gabby. It is a Bristle after all. This hero tends to sneak up on you. But not enough that he's not going back in. They're going to move him. The Void's going to be there. Blood right. Slows them down long enough that who are going to get silenced up. They move in. They find KP. Static Storm down. Bristle back. Protected by the Glimmer Cape. Holding on to that BKB charge. It is important. The buyback comes out from KP, though. They got TA in 10 seconds, but they haven't got a melee racks in the bot. Yeah. And Wind and Rain are out.
There's 2 sides up. They didn't force the buyback from the TA, but Wind and Rain, they got what they came for, and they're happy with it. Well, Yol still is around there, but he will TP away.
I mean, if anything, you're just as happy because, yes, Armel's buyback is huge, but KP is a big enabler here, and you've seen how much they rely on the Primal Roars to start these fights. If he dies, maybe their hopes of winning this game and keeping a clean sheet too will go down.
Yeah, that's why they smoke up instantly and into the pit. This could be good. This could be huge. It's Aghanims.
Look how quick it's going down.
Yeah, it's almost dead.
Dark Ascension, Wind and Rain, trying to move him right now. Boogie has the Crep and Fear, will move in. Ignis goes down. Gabby does get the Aegis though. Boogie pushed away. They activate their BKBs and TNC will look to retreat. They finally pull one back.
Aegis actually taken by Phoenix,
Boogie.
it seems.
Boogie's going in. He got his hands on the cheese again. The BKB is going to go pretty deep. The egg is going to come out now. He's going to turn his attention towards it. Up goes the egg, but not in a good way. It's gone. Cole down as well. Moving across, looking for more. Buy back out for the Phoenix. KP is dead. He's a dieback though. Gabby trying to fight up against this. BKB is already used. He's gone down once. They're going to surround him. They have the life break. They have everything they need. They've got Static Storm as well. They'll throw it down the side to stop the reinforcements. Silent stop. Bristle trying to move away. Looking at Neequa. The Static Storm's going to go down now. Trying to move away. Sunray is going to be cancelled. Neequa might just about live, but will Phoenix moves away in time. Disrupted down for 100 seconds, and Tim's barely escaping alive.
There's no buyback on the Beastmaster, and the Phoenix has died back now.
Oh.
Yeah, Wish just with the spear damage takes him down. And now you're in a pickle. 3 versus 3, but man, the
Out of the 3 you could have chosen, make that 4. There's the buyback. Disruptor goes, wait.
Wind and Rain
That's a
definitely
win.
do look much stronger, but they had some mistakes there, TNC. They've been playing really well in the first series. The second series is a bit rougher. They're playing versus a Huskar, but in this team fight, they
Gabby.
Oh,
Kroll going low. Wish being chased onto by Armel right now,
Jeez.
but he's going to be able to give the cheese and eat it up in time. Armel in trouble himself. BKB silenced up and dead though. And it looks like it might be Wind and Rain's time to shine. TNC hunted down, looking for
BKB.
more. BKB won't be needed. They'll find the kill under the Bristle. They'll wipe them down here. Buyback comes out from Bristle. The last hope for TNC to hold. But they'll jump in again. They'll push him away. They're looking at the tier 4s. They know they can end this game. The glyph's going to be used. Jump even deeper. Static Storm, BKB, Gabby. Now's the time to shine. Armel with the buyback. Looking for the turnaround opportunity. But look at the movement on this Huskar. Nope, nope, nope. As he just life breaks his way to safety. Turns around on the tier 4s. 5 seconds till KP's up. It's do or die.
here we go. Beastmaster is up. Can they defend the throne? Very unlikely, but
Nope, they're going in. The Prime Roar is going to come out. They melt through Boogie. Buyback comes out. Nefert with his own BKB, focusing on the throne. The disarm of the Bristleback, so he's not even threatened. And it looks like they've done this.
That's
the
it.
weather report is in. It is cloudy with a chance of wind and rain as they ruin TNC's perfect strike of this group stage.